are going to do a revision of MySQL. Okay? Since we've already finished this topic in the class, this is kind of a review to see how much you remember and what is the gap between your learning and your remembrance and your retention. Okay? So first question, what is the full form of SQL?
Structured query language.
Very good. So it stands for Structured Query Language. And why do you think we are learning MySQL?
To manage databases easily.
Very good. So you said it helps you manage databases. So that brings us to the question, what is a database?
Database is
Storage of information.
Storage of information. Very good.
set of tables.
So that brings us to the question, how the information will be stored?
In form of tables.
Very good. And why do you think we store it in the form of tables?
It's easy to read afterwards.
Very good. So you are for easy
Access.
retrieval or access, right? Great. Okay. Now let's start with the basic thing again. Okay. We've understood this basic thing. Now tell me, if you are saying that I want to store information in my database, what is the basic element of a database?
Create database.
Basic element of a database. Remember we said data, then
Storing of data in the form of tables in a structured manner.
structured. Very good. So you have to store data in structured manner, right? Okay. So if I want to store data in structured manner, I am giving you one example here and then I'll ask you some questions to test whether you've understood what structured means or not. Let's take a very relevant example, okay, of students, right? Name is Srijan and Updesh. Okay? Classes 12th E, 12th B. Right? Pratyaksh, can we use your name? Okay. Pratyaksh. And classes again 12th F. Okay. Mehul. Yes?
Yes.
Now can you tell me what will this be called?
Field. Record.
See where is the highlight?
Field name.
You're all jumping to conclusions. This is one. Okay, I'll simplify the question. I say Gurpreet, MWT. What is this? Data. Very good. So what is this?
Data.
Now you remember? Individual pieces are called data, right? When we pick up data and organize it, it becomes
Database. Information.
right? So Gurpreet teaches MWT class, makes information now, right? So this is now information, okay? So this is individual data, okay. Now next question is, what is this?
Again data.
That's field.
Field name.
Good. So this is one category under which I am putting this data. So this is field or attribute, right? Okay. Now what is this?
Record.
Very good. Record or tuple or row, right? Right? And this kind of a collection of data where you are putting information together in columns and rows makes up a table, and such collections of tables will make up a very good, right? So the smallest element is data. When we put data of similar type together, it becomes one field. When we put fields together, it becomes a record. When we put fields and records together, it becomes a table. When we put tables together, it becomes a database. Correct? So the smallest part was data, from which we made the field, from which we made the record, from which we made the table, and from which we made the database. Right? Let's now go on to the commands. Okay. No, before going through that, you understood what is a database, but what is a relational database? So supposing I'm taking a very simple example. Okay, I have okay, and I have teacher number here, teacher name here, and subject here. Okay, teacher number is 1, teacher name is Gurpreet, and subject is MW. Then there is another teacher number 2, name is Menika, subject is computer science, right? And here class A, 12, B. Okay, now supposing I want that I should come to know, these are two different tables. Supposing I should come to know who's teaching Srijan from this. Okay, so what is the table that will link these two? What is the, how will you link these two information? Pratyaksh, how will you link information from this two? Do I need an extra
Yes.
information here? Yes? Or do I need extra information here?
Here.
What will be that extra information?
Subject.
Either I put subject, very good. In this case, I can either put subject, or I can put the teacher number, or I can put the teacher name, because they're all unique. Yes? And that's how I will be able to relate these two databases. Remember? So, when we are able to pick up information from more than one table, by setting a relation between the two tables, it's called a relational database. It's just simple English, right? Database was collection of data organized in rows and columns. So relational database would be when I have two tables in a database and I'm able to relate and query information out of that, it becomes a relational database, right? Okay. Now let's go on to the first command that we learned. What will this command do? It will create a new database named what?
Database.
Do I have to give this only, or can I use any other?
Any other.
Okay, good. So you have create database student, right? And now I want to make this database active. How will I do it?
By saying use student.
Very good. So I say use student, right? Now next step is I want to create a table. So what command do I use to create a table? Very good.
Create
So I have create table,
table name.
and then what information do I have to give?
Column.
Very good. Column name, column data type, and the width, right? How much can this take? How many characters it can store, or how many numbers it can store, right? And can I have more than one in one table? Obviously, I will have more than one. So how do I specify them? Very good. So I put a comma, and then I have the second column name, and all this data type, same thing is repeated here. Okay? Data type. So for each column that you are making, you will have a column name, column data type, and the width. Okay? So what are the data types that we have learned? Can you name just about 2 of them?
Field name.
Data types.
Insert into.
Data types.
Char.
Very good. And
Integer, decimal.
very good.
Decimal.
Very good.
Date.
And one more, which we had done.
Varchar.
Very good. Okay. What is the difference between varchar and char?
Can even take numbers.
Try to remember. Char means it will take numbers as well as characters. Okay. The var stands for variable. Very good, Udesh. Variable char. So what it does is, for char, if you have specified a size of 20, what happens is 20 bytes will definitely be taken to store that name. Okay. But if I give a name as a varchar and I say 20 and I say a name Updesh, then what happens? U P D E S H. 6 characters. So the size taken in the memory will be 6. So it changes its size taken according to the length of the name, which is very, very important because you're not wasting memory space. Okay. So in the memory it will stay Desh, right? And this is in case I've used varchar. But if I've used char and I've specified 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on till 20. It will take always, whether the name is smaller, whether the name is bigger, it will reserve that much memory space in the memory for storing this name. So your memory is getting wasted. Okay, so to avoid that, we use varchar. Okay, supposing I have a phone number. Phone number, we always know that it will be of a fixed length, right? In India, we know that it's 8 characters long landline and 10 characters long the mobile number. So we always know that it will be 10 characters. There I can use char, right? But in cases when there are names, then I should prefer varchar. Okay, clear? Okay. So create table is done. After I have created the table, what is the next step?
Insert into.
Very good. So I need to put in records, and for that I need to insert into the table name. Okay, and this will be in angle bracket. What does it mean in angle bracket? That means it is user supplied. Okay, and then you have values. And are these values supposed to be in the same order as I have created the field, or can they be in different order?
Same order.
In the same order. Very good. So they same order as you have given in your create table. Okay. So same order you will give the values here. Right? So supposing you first set serial number, so you will give 101. Then you will give the name, which is Updesh. And then you will give the subject or the class, which is 12p. Right? With one insert into command, you can only put in one record. So every time you want to put in a new record, you have to use insert into again. Okay, how can I move in MySQL? How can I move up and down in the commands? Arrow keys. Very good. So you can use any of the arrow keys to move up and down in the command. Okay. Okay. Next step is, once I've put in data using the insert into, what is the next step? How can I see all my data?
Select star from student.
Very good, very good. Select star from your table name. Okay. Yes, exactly. Pratyaksh, it will be select star from student in case you are, and this is an example. Okay. What does this part specify? All the fields. Star means all the fields will be shown. Now if I want to use selected fields, what will I do? Supposing I just want to
Star,
show,
only star. Star is
supposing I just want to show the serial number and not the other. Yes, very good. From,
student.
right? Okay. And supposing I want to show the name also, so I'll just separate it with a comma and I'll, right? Clear? Supposing I want now to specify which records to be shown, then how do I do it?
Where?
Okay, very good.
After they were done.
See, you can remember. Yes, Pratyaksh? Little bit effort and you can remember. So if I want to show only those students whose serial number is greater than 10, how do I do?
Where serial number greater than 10?
Right? That means all the records which have serial number greater than 10 will be shown in my output. Okay? Supposing I want to show all the records where the student name starts with S. How will I do it?
S percentage.
Very good. Very good, Pratyaksh. So, where name like S percentage. Right? What is the percentage doing here? It's replacing a group of characters. So, you don't know how many characters after that. Right? So, it can be used to replace one or more than one characters. Right? And this is called, what is this feature called? It's called pattern matching, because you are actually trying to match a kind of a pattern. Okay, so it's called pattern matching. Good. So